Hi, my name is Michael and have another video for you. And this one is about John 8, the law and the Spirit defined. I actually couldn't think of a good title for this because it was taking me all over the place, but the beginning part of John 8 talks about the woman caught in adultery, and then after that, Jesus is talking to the Jews and the Pharisees. So we're going to read this together, and in reading it, going to take for granted that you can see this the same way I'm reading it to you. So I'm going to say the punchlines or the pertinent verses in view, what they're talking about ahead of time before we get to it at the end. So we're going to read it all the way through 8, and then another day we'll do 9. Actually, 9 is a continuation. It's actually demonstrating, what the sin is and what the spirit of truth is in a person. And we'll get to that too. We might touch it a bit, but we'll see. Okay, so we start off John 8:1. Okay, and at dawn he came again to the temple, Jesus now, and the people were coming unto him, and having sat down, he was teaching them. Okay, so the people, okay, and the scribes and the Pharisees bring unto him a woman having been taken in adultery, and set her in the midst. Okay, so the Pharisees brought this woman caught in adultery. Where's the man that was with her? Was she by herself? How could she commit adultery by herself? Where's the man with this woman that was committing adultery? So let's just keep that in mind. They say to him, "Teacher, this woman was taken in the very crime, committing adultery, and in the law of Moses did command us that such be stoned. Thou therefore, what dost thou say?" So now they're pitting Jesus against Moses. They're trying to catch Jesus' words. They brought the woman there who was caught in adultery. Of course, the man wasn't there. And they're asking Jesus, what does he say? And this they said, trying him, that they might have to accuse him. Now keep in mind, this word accuse is going to come up a couple of times later. So they want to accuse him of what? That's the question. Well, we already know, which you're going to find out a little later, that that the accusation is to see if they can convict Jesus of sin. The sin, what's the first sin? The first sin is lying. Lying is the first sin, and believing the lie. So all the sins of the law come down to lying. If you're committing adultery, you're lying about it, because one person doesn't know. That's why it becomes the adultery, or any sin. It really comes back down to lying. Might have accused him. And Jesus, having stooped down, with the finger he was writing on the ground. Okay, so this is the finger of God now writing on the ground. And when they continued asking him, having bent himself back, he said unto them, "The sinless of you, let him first cast the stone at her." And again, having stooped down, was writing on the ground. So Jesus just defined to them that they are not able to stone her because she was caught, and those people had sin in them. And now we find out what happens. They have the truth of you, sinless, without sin, without lies. And they, having heard, and by conscience being convicted, were going forth one by one, having begun from the elders unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. Now keep in mind, these Pharisees and scribes brought the woman that before Jesus now. before Jesus. And Jesus, having bent himself back and having seen no one but the woman, said to her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Did no one pass sentence upon thee? And she said, No one, sir. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I pass sentence on thee. Be going on, and no more sin. Now, what's the sin? Lying. We're going to find that out because as we're continuing with the same group of people, the rest of this Bible, the rest of John 8 has to do with the truth, the light, the liar, the children of the devil, and the children of God. So we're setting up who is who. And the first thing that the Pharisees did was that they wanted to judge the woman based on the law. Okay. Now remember, when you're if you listen to the words that even the world is saying, rule by law, rule by law, we must rule by law. You don't need to rule by law unless you know good. If you're in the right spirit of God, you don't need the laws because your spirit will bring you into better behavior. That's why the behavior of the apostles was different than the behavior before Jesus in the Old Testament. They were doing a whole bunch of crazy things, and then once Jesus came on the scene, everything changed. And if you remember any of the stories of the Old Testament, you'll understand that there is a difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. Again, therefore, Jesus spake to them, saying, okay, this is them now. Them. This is the same them from before, saying, I am the light of the world. He who is following me shall not walk in the darkness. Now, he's starting again, continuing. They're judging by the law. They are in darkness because now Jesus is making a difference between himself and them. I am the light of the world. The law is not the light. The truth and the grace came with Jesus. The law came with Moses. He who is following me shall not walk in the darkness, but he shall have the light of the life. What life? The tree of life. What's the tree of life? Living in truth. The Pharisees therefore said to him, Thou of thyself dost testify, and thy testimony is not true. So now they're calling him a liar. If you notice, we're back to truth and lies again. Jesus answered and said unto them, If I testify of myself, my testimony is true, because I have known whence I came from and whither I go, and ye have not known whence I came or whither I go. Jesus is from above. He is from the light. So he is from the light and on earth as the light of the world. And he knows where he came from. They don't know, the Pharisees. They're in darkness. And ye have not known whence I come, whither I go. We're in verse 15 now of John 8 again. Ye, here we go, according to the flesh do judge. So everything that happened with the woman and the law, it's a big law, committing the adultery, big law. And now we're back here again, talking about the difference between the law and the spirit, or the law and the light. Ye according to the flesh do judge. I do not judge anyone. And even if I do judge, my judgment is true, because I am not alone, but I and the Father who sent me. The Father and Jesus are in the light, in the truth. So the Pharisees are judging based on, they're the liars trying to judge other people. I mean, it's really sick if you really think about it, that the people that are trying to pretend that they're the judgment of the world, which is the Jews, they are actually the liars. We know this in John 7. None of them keep the law. None of them. And also, here it comes, and also in your law it hath been written. So the law is for them. The law for Jesus is for us of God is to bear witness of the light and to love thy brother as thyself. Tell them the truth. That's what love is. If you don't tell the truth to someone, you hate them or you want to control their reality. And that's exactly where this all started in the Garden of Eden. The serpent wanted to control the reality of Adam and Eve. And they separated themselves from God. The first thing Adam says is, I, 4 times. I am naked, I am alone. I am naked, I hide myself. I heard thy voice in the garden. So it's the separation between God and man. It's the identity without God. It's I. And that's the problem. And also in your law it hath been written that the testimony of 2 men are true. So the second witness, you see, you notice in the garden I just said about I. So you're separated from God. Now you're the false witness because you don't have the testimony of 2 men are true. So we're talking about God the Father and the Son being the 2 witnesses. I am who is testifying of myself, and the Father who sent me doth testify of me. They, the Jews, said therefore to him, Where is thy Father? Jesus answered, Ye neither known me nor my Father. So when Jesus is talking here, he's not just talking to a bunch of people in, like, let's say, in some path or some place or some temple 2,000 years ago. This goes throughout time. This is today. This is now. This is not just 2,000 years ago. This is right now. If me ye had known, my Father also ye had known. They never knew the truth. There's no truth inside them. So, of course, they would have known who the Father was, but they don't. And we'll find out why in a little bit. These sayings spake Jesus in the treasury, money, teaching in the temple, and no one seized him. Now remember, Jesus never went to the Holy of Holies of the temple because that's not his. He is the order of Melchizedek. He's the Prince of Peace, the High Priest, and the King, all wrapped up in one. King of Salem, because his hour hath not yet come. Therefore said Jesus again to them, I go away, and ye will seek me, and in your lies ye shall die. Whether I go... Now, sin and lies, that's what the sin is. Sin is lies. I go away, and ye are not able to come. The Jews therefore said, Will he kill himself, because he saith, Where I go away, ye are not able to come? You see, the liar will never go with the truth. Where Jesus is going to go when he's crucified, he's going to be with the Father. They can never get to the Father because there's no Father in them. There's no truth in them. Whether I go away, ye are not able to come. And he said to them, Here it comes. Ye are from beneath, I am from above. Ye are of this world, I am not of this world. So earlier when we talked about in your law, Jesus was talking about the law for them of this world. If you are of God, you are in Christ Jesus. You are the Elohim of God. You are one of the ones before the foundation of the earth in the Garden of Eden who are eating of the tree of life. The Elohim, the plural. Let us make man in our image. It's talking about us. We are not of the world. We are giving testimony of the light and the truth, and our lives should reflect that light and truth. Now, in times past, we haven't, but as this sinks into you, it's going to start taking over the strong man that's been holding you hostage. You've been imprisoned by lies, and now we are getting out of our lies and coming into the truth. They want to put they want to put you in darkness, because if they're in darkness, then they can rule. That's what the Jews, that's what the Pharisees, that's what this world wants to do with the liars, the psychopaths, the narcissists. All the liars want to keep you in their realm. That's why if you ever argue with a psychopath or narcissist, they try and they try and switch around. They flip the script. They go in one position and they go someplace else. And what they're trying to do is confuse you. They're trying to put chaos into an argument. So you have to bring light to it. That's it. That's how you get rid of their chaos. Just keep shining the light. And that's how we win over liars. Shine the truth, the light, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not of this world. So remember, they are from beneath. I am from above. I said therefore to you that ye shall die in your sins. Now we know the sins of the lies from the first moment that Adam and Eve ate of that fruit, and even Cain when he killed Abel. And we're gonna prove this a little later in 8:44, but we'll keep going. For if ye may not believe that I am, ye shall die in your lies. Therefore said, or sins, die in their sins. They said therefore to him, Thou, who art thou? They don't even know who Jesus is. And Jesus said to them, Even what I speak of to you at the beginning, many things I have speak concerning you, and to judge, but he who sent me is true, and what things I heard from him, these I say to the world. So Jesus is speaking truth. They don't know where the truth comes from. They don't even have any truth inside them. The truth only resonates with people of the truth. If you are in the truth and telling the truth to somebody, nobody believes you. Because they're so full of lies themselves that for them, and this says it in the Bible, the darkness is their light. I mean, I'll go look for it. Let me look for it now. Okay, let me go to darkness. Darkness, light. I mean, it's kind of important. It's a good place to find that. New command. I bet he was saying the light. His brothers hating in darkness. Almost there. I think I'm having a hard time finding it right now. Royal priesthood. Oh, I remember now where it is. I am the light of the world. He who is following shall not walk in darkness. No, it's in the beginning of John. And okay, John 1:5. And the light in darkness did shine, and the darkness did not perceive. Okay, that's not it. But we'll find it. I'll add it on the bottom of the video. Okay. Okay, he who sent me is true. Him I say the world. They knew not of the Father. He spake to them. Jesus therefore said to them, When ye may lift up the Son of Man, then ye will know that I am, and of myself I do nothing, but according as my Father did teach me, these things I speak. Once they crucified Jesus, then they knew it was too late. Once you crucify the truth, it's too late. So for us, we have to uphold the truth. What the Jews did by crucifying Jesus, the first thing they tried to do is blame it on somebody else. They tried to blame it on the Romans. And Elijah, when Jesus was on the cross, they thought he said Elijah. They actually outed themselves that they were the ones that crucified Jesus with their Jewish soldiers. You can look that up, look at the parallel passages, and whoever ran to give hyssop and vinegar to Jesus could only be Jews, because only Jews would be worried about Elijah coming. So just to keep that in your mind. And remember, Jesus was not Jewish, and only one of his disciples was Jewish, and that was Judas. But according as my Father did teach me, these things I did speak, and he who sent me is with me. So Jesus and the Father is with him, the truth. The Father did not leave me alone, but because I the things pleasing to him do always. As he is speaking these things, many believed in him. Jesus therefore said unto the Jews who believed in him. Now these are Jews that believe in Jesus. Remember, Judah had another son through Tamar. And that's the part of Judah that will bow down to Joseph. Similarly, those descendants of Judah, who might think they're Jews, they would be the ones to bow down to Jesus because they are of Tamar. But let's see what happens. If ye remain in my word, truly my disciples ye are, and ye shall know the truth. You see the word? Remain in my word. What's the word? Ye shall know the truth. That's the word. And the truth shall make you free. They answered him, Seed of Abraham we are, and to no one have we been servants at any time. How dost thou say ye shall become free? See, the Jews just lied here, because they're saying that they're of Israel, but they were never in bondage. But the Jews were in bondage for 400 years in Egypt. You see that lie right there? Just keep that in mind. Jesus answered him, Verily, verily, I say to you, everyone who is committing sin is a servant of the sin. Now, Jesus talking about truth, they lied, and Jesus said, everyone who is committing sin. Jesus just defined to us that sin is lying. Had said that earlier, but now you get to see it right here. Is the servant of sin. Once you start lying, you have to keep lying. You become a servant to the lies that you told. You always have to remember your lies. You can't escape those lies. They'll trace you. Psychopaths, what they do is they can lie to 5 or 6, or narcissists to 7 people at the same time in the same room, different lies. Enablers lie to one person, creating this false reality. We want to be away from these sins. The Lord's Prayer is to bring the reign of truth inside us and not lead us into the temptation of lying. Adam and Eve lied. They ate the lie, and they reproduced the lie. Is a servant of sin, and the servant doth not remain in the house to the age. The Son doth remain to the age, the truth. If then the Son make you free, the truth, the light, the way, in reality ye shall be free. I have known that ye are seed of Abraham, but ye seek to kill me. These people are seeking to kill the truth, the light, and the way to God, because that's what Jesus is. I, that which I have seen, he's seen the truth, with my Father do speak, and ye therefore that which ye have seen with your father ye do. You see, they are doers of lies. Jesus speaking what he saw with his Father, the truth. They answered and said to him, Our father is Abraham. Jesus said to them, If children of Abraham ye were, the works of Abraham ye were doing, and now ye seek to kill me, a man who hath spoken to you the truth, I heard from God. This Abraham did not. Now remember, Jesus met with Abraham in the form of Melchizedek. You can read about the order of Melchizedek, and that's going to come up a little later. Ye do the works of your father. So here Jesus is saying that he is not Jewish. Keep this in mind. Ye do the works of your father. They said therefore to him, We of whoredom have not been born. Remember that Judah's first wife was a Canaanite, and the Jews actually go by the mother. They don't go by the father. So again, they're saying that they're not born, but they've not been born of whoredom, but they were, because Judah went with the Canaanite woman, and that was fornication. So by their own mouth they testify against themselves. One Father we have, God. Jesus then said to them, If God were your Father, ye were loving me. Loving what about Jesus? Loving the truth, the light, and the way. For I came forth from God, and I am come, for neither have I come of myself, but he sent me. Wherefore ye do not know my speech. You see, they don't even know what Jesus is saying. They don't even know the speech of truth, because ye are not able. The Pharisees, the Jews, are not able. Liars are not able to hear my word. Ye are of a father, the devil, and the desires of your father ye will do. He was a manslayer from the beginning, and in the truth he hath not stood, because there is no truth in him. When one may speak of the falsehood of his own he speaketh, because he is a liar, also his father. Jesus now is telling the Jews that they're from Cain. That's exactly what he's saying. Because the first manslayer was Cain. You see that? Right here, John 8:44. And because I say the truth, we're back to the truth again, ye do not believe me. Who of you doth convict me of lies? Remember, sin is lies. We were taught that by a little before. Oh, I'm not going to have enough time. And if I speak the truth, wherefore ye do not believe me? He who is of God, the sayings of God he doth hear, because of this ye do not hear, because ye are not of God ye are not. They are not of the truth, they are of the lie. They can't hear the sayings of God. The Jews therefore answered and said to him, Do we not say well that thou art a Samaritan and hast a demon? Of course they're going to say that he has a demon. They're a bunch of liars. For them, for the liar, the person telling the truth, from their perspective, is a liar. Isn't that crazy? For them, the darkness is light. Jesus answered, I have not a demon, but I honor my Father, the truth, and ye dishonor me. And I do not seek my own glory. There is one who is seeking and is judging. Verily, verily, I say to you, if one may keep my word, truth, death he may not see to the age. The Jews therefore said to him, Now we have known that thou hast a demon. Abraham did die, and the prophets, and thou dost say, If anyone may keep my word, he